All right, completing the square. In vertex form. How do I rewrite functions in standard form? To vertex form by completing the square. All right, standard form. Standard form is what you've been dealing with. We just didn't have f of x in the front. Standard form is your regular trinomial. What's a regular trinomial look like? So ax squared plus c. So your regular standard form trinomial is ax squared plus bx plus c, right? Now, last night in your homework, they were all in standard form. Did they all have a b? No, number 8 did not have a b. Do they all have a c? Nope, number 3 did not have a c. Are they all still considered standard form? Yes. Do you understand? I don't have to have a b, I don't have to have a c, but I do have to have an a no matter what. Okay? Don't have to have a b, don't have to have a c, but I do have to have an a no matter what. Okay? Intercept form. It's what you did yesterday, correct? What's the form for intercept form? F of x equals? Oh, good job, since it's on the board. Not everyone looks up and pays attention though. How do we go from standard form to intercept form? You factor. To go from standard form to intercept form, we're going to factor, right? Isn't that what your homework was? Yep, pretty much. Third one is vertex form. Behind the board's fine. Perfect. Vertex form. Vertex form is f of x equals a parentheses, x minus h quantity squared plus k. A times x minus h quantity squared plus k. You're not going to go from intercept to vertex, you're going to go from standard to vertex. Okay? We will be going from standard to vertex, but I'm not going to tell you how yet. Okay? Well, I told you in the essential question, but we're not going to do it all the way today. Did you hear? You never go from intercept to vertex, we're going to go from standard to vertex. Okay? We're just not there yet. We'll get there. Good? All right, let's talk about what is a vertex, since this word is a little new for some of us. It was on the graph. You didn't actually know where it was, and you didn't really find it on the last part. Your vertex is your starting point. It's your x comma y, because it's a point, so it has to be x comma y. Now, it's your starting point. It also determines if you have a minimum. Oh, wait, did we hit the word minimum before? Yeah, on that quadratics task, right? Or the opposite of minimum is maximum. A minimum is your lowest point. I don't know why I moved this over so far. And your maximum is your highest point. Okay? I'm not going to go into too much detail right now on any of this. Not until I graph, and you actually get to see a graph. But for now, we just have to identify the vertex, but we're not doing anything with it, okay? Because we're going baby steps. Remember, we have to just be able to pick apart pieces before we actually put it on a graph. So right now, we just need to know the starting point is a vertex, and it's either a minimum or it's a maximum. It's not both. It's one or the other, okay? But we'll get there. Because in today's homework, you do have to identify the vertex. Well, the vertex is located in this pretty thing right here. Now, I know it's a point x and y, but it's not represented by x and y. Do you understand? It's represented by h and k. So when I look at this form here, I see that it's vertex form. How do I know the difference of all three? Pay attention. Standard form has no parentheses. Do you see it? There is not a single parenthesis in this whole problem. Intercept form has how many sets usually? Usually 2. Does it always have 2? No. If you have a GCF, you might not have 2, but you're going to have parentheses. Notice there is no squared term. Do you see the difference here? There is no squared term. So I know yesterday I think you had one that was like 3x times x plus 7, that one. Oops, you can't see my lovely color choice. That better? This is still intercept form. Why? There's no squared term. Do you see it? Okay. The difference here is you have one set of parentheses, but you have a squared. I need to know all three. Should I make flashcards of all three? Probably. Yeah. Okay. So I need to know that vertex form has the squared term. When I look at it, I can pull out h and k. Notice that's a negative h, but I wrote what kind of h here? Positive. K was what? And I wrote O. H is always opposite, and K is always the same. H is opposite, K is the same. Some of you are staring, and you should probably be what? Writing that down. H is what? Positive. Angel, get the door. And K is the, no, H is opposite, K is the same. Sorry. H is opposite, K is the same. H is opposite, K is the same. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that one doesn't matter. Just the bag mattered. Because she went based on your class numbers. Okay, we good? right, example 1. Example 1 is to identify the vertex and the y-intercept for each function. Where's my next group? Oh, okay. Grab a marker, yeah. Just grab one from over there. Or there's, Open's cabinet. All right, so you're going to do f of x equals x minus 3 quantity squared plus 10. F of x equals x minus 3 quantity squared plus 10. You're going to identify the vertex, and you're going to identify the y-intercept. All I want you to do right now is the vertex. I want you to talk to your neighbor and identify the vertex for me right now. Talk with your neighbor about the vertex. Go grab your stuff, Liliana. That should be good for now. Here, put your thing. I don't know, check the list.
I think so.
No.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Man, I don't want to do class.
Yeah, you need your bag. Okay, so the only thing I'm going to tell you guys is before you guys get back. All right, what do we say the vertex is? Through positive 3 or negative 3? Positive 3 and 10 is correct. Good. Why is it positive 3? Because it's the opposite, and k is always the? Thank you. Y-intercept. How do I find y-intercept?
You multiply.
No, I don't multiply. What does it mean to be plug in what? The x, and what's x going to be? Good. X is 0. So how do I write that out?
Oh.
How do I write that?
That's a great question.
F of 0 equals 0 minus 3 quantity squared plus 10. F of 0 equals, what's 0 minus 3? Negative 3. Does it need to be in parentheses? Yes. Is it wrong if it's not in parentheses? Yes. It's a different answer. Negative 3 squared is what? Positive 9 plus 10. 19. Ordered pair? 0, 19. We good? Make sense? Wonderful. Example 2, or B. F of x equals x plus 6 quantity squared minus 1. Do the whole thing. F of x equals x plus 6 quantity squared minus 1. Check with your neighbor. Who has the vertex? Hold on. Dakota, what did you get? Positive 6, negative 1? Do we agree it's positive 6?
No.
Why? Negative. H is always opposite, okay? Make a note. H is always opposite. It's always the opposite of the first one, okay? Who had negative 6? Good. All right, next part is y-intercept. We're plugging in what? 0 for x. So we say f of 0 equals 0 plus 6 squared minus 1. What's 0 plus 6? Problem with 6?
No, down there. With the, yeah. Why is it plus 6?
The problem is 6.
Oh. Yeah, I might be right.
Yeah?
But I thought you put negative 6 because that's your
I did here. Right here, look it. It was minus 3, so I put minus 3.
No, she's talking about the vertex negative.
Yeah, the vertex is negative 6.
So we put the original problem?
Yeah, that's what I did here. Right? Okay. 0 plus 6 is what? 6 squared minus 1. What's 6 squared? 36 minus 1. 35. I don't want to graph this. Lord help us. Ordered pair. 0, 35. We got it all right? Good. All right, listen up. I'm not done, but I'm done for right now. What does that mean? That means you're going to clear off your desk of everything, like everything.